One thing that I've always found very interesting is how my friends across Indiana, especially central Indiana, talk about the pork tenderloin sandwich, this thing. And they talk about it how it's a quintessential Indiana food. And they're always shocked when I tell them that if you come up here to South Bend, northern Indiana, and you try to order a pork tenderloin sandwich, you're going to get a blank stare in a lot of places. In a lot of ways, it's because northern Indiana is culturally closer to Chicago than it is to Indianapolis or southern Indiana. And the reasons for that are this region's identity has been built around the waves of Polish, Italian, and Eastern European immigration that is the history of northern Indiana, and that translates to food. So you take the classic Indiana pork tenderloin sandwich. It's this giant breaded thing that's been pounded flat, and it's got a comedically small bun. That's a German thing. It's basically the cousin of a schnitzel. It was brought over by German immigrants who settled very heavily in central Indianapolis. Here in northern Indiana, we were shaped by a completely different set of cultural circumstances. We had the Potawatomi, Miami, the Kickapoo people that lived here in this region long before any settlers arrived. But then when the industrial boom happened, northern Indiana, especially here in South Bend, Gary, we became magnets for Polish, Hungarian, and other Eastern Europeans who came to work in the steel mills, the factories, railroads. And then, of course, we've got the Catholicism of Notre Dame here in South Bend. But those folks all brought with them completely different traditions. So here we have pierogies. We've got kielbasa. We've got punchkis that we eat around Easter. We've got kiflis that we're eating right now here at Christmas time. And so these are all things that we're all used to eating in basically church basements and bake sales because it's a specialty that we've become known for here in northern Indiana. So while you got central Indiana that's working on perfecting that art of pounding that breaded pork, smashing it flat, up here we were eating Polish sausages, Italian beef, and the kind of food that you'd find sort of in an area adjacent to Chicago because it's what's shaped our identity. It's kind of interesting because southern Indiana has its own story as well. It's very Appalachian. It's got a lot of southern influences from Kentucky, sort of the early American frontier. But even there, the German roots of the tenderloin still show up a lot more strongly than they do here in the north. So in the end, the food traditions follow the people. Here in northern Indiana, our folks came from very different places than the Germans who settled in central Indiana. So northern Indiana, we grew up with different foods. That does not include the pork tenderloin sandwich. So if you're from South Bend, someone hands you a breaded tenderloin that's the size of a steering wheel. It might seem weird to you, but that is a very common Indiana thing. That's just not something that we see here very often.